Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vic, and for today's video I figured we could do a bookshelf slash office tour. So I really love watching this kind of video and seeing, first of all, people's bookshelves and like the full effect of what they look like and how they organize them, and also what books they have. And I also am kind of nosy and I like to see people's office space setups or bedroom setups or wherever it is that they have their bookshelves. I have my bookshelves in a separate room to my bedroom. It's an office, or I call it my office. It's got my desk in it, my bookshelves, and a TV. So I'm gonna do a bit of a tour of the place for you guys and show you everything and how I set everything up, and you know, where I do all of my YouTube work and uni work and all of that fun stuff, and also go through all my books. I'm not gonna like pull out every single book and be like, this is this by this author, because that would take forever and I don't think you care that much. I'll, you know, highlight some authors or some books that I really want to talk about, but that's probably gonna be it for that side of things. This is gonna be pretty real, you know, like this is just my office and the state of my office. It's not the tidiest, prettiest room that's ever existed. I like it. It's very functional. It's not super cluttered, but there are some things that just don't have homes. That's just life. Life does this. And I hope you guys enjoy this video. Without further ado, let's just get into the tour. So we enter in through this door here. And this is my office space. Ooh, pretty. So right inside the door I have my filming equipment. And we've got, you know, office, study, kind of chill room. And the bookshelves. Oh my goodness, look at them. These are the only bookshelves I have in here now. That is such a wild difference from every other time I've ever done a bookshelf tour. I'm gonna do this first because I think this is the part you guys are most interested in, and then I'll move on and show you the rest of the room. So right up the top is where I have board games and puzzles, and then the big wide Billy bookcase is the one that has all my books in it. So we've got 2 shelves of classics. The majority of my classics are the Penguin English Library editions, but there's a few other types smattered around. I have this cat. He chills. This book here, the one that looks rough, is a family heirloom that's been in my family since the 1800s, so it's my responsibility now. And those are a couple other like family related things. These bluebirds used to be my grandma's, and I got them from her house when she went into a retirement home many years ago now. This is my small selection of Shakespeare. I've read all of these. For context, I've read every single book in this section, so, you know, the more you know. Oh, this unicorn used to be my nana's. She passed away recently, and she used to have a unicorn collection, so I got to have this one, and it's quite special to me because of that. Moving down from the classics, we have, I guess, kind of the meat of my book collection now. It's not even 2 full shelves. This is ridiculous. So this is all of my kind of fiction right now. Fiction that isn't a classic that I've read. This is all of them. This is all I own now. Absolutely insane. Like, it's kind of wild to me that I only have these 2 shelves and like I'm perfectly happy with it. That seems very out of character. This is Chiquetta. She actually normally lives over here, but I think she looks better there when I'm filming because then she's actually in shot. So these are the books. There's still quite a bit of YA in here. The Hunger Games is my all-time favorite thing ever, so obviously that's still here. Kind of a random assortment of things that I've kept here. It's really just stuff that I feel like I will grab again at some point for whatever reason. Twilight. Who doesn't love a good Twilight Saga moment? Being blocked right now by Ariel and a statue of Eric. One of the few remaining pieces from my Little Mermaid collection. I don't know if anybody remembers this, but I used to have a pretty substantial Little Mermaid collection in here. I've gotten rid of most of that now. I only have a few bits and pieces that have been put into other places. But yes, more books. I really like If the Shoe Fits. I only have 1 remaining Harry Potter book. Bright Cold Day is actually the book that I wrote, and it was self-published for a while, but you can't get that. It's not. I don't try. The Lore Olympus graphic novel series I'm really enjoying. Apparently volume 8 is actually out, but none of the bookstores are stocking it. around me, so that's fun. The Little Life, The Book Thief, you know, just kind of like really generic shelves here, really. I don't really have a lot going on. So moving down again, we have all of my non-fiction that I have read and a couple Little Mermaid things that actually could fit on the shelf, so they're here. So I have this pop figure thing and then 2 VHS tapes. These bookends, if you're wondering about them, I got them as a 21st present, so I have no idea where they came from, but I absolutely adore them. I think they're the most beautiful things ever. But yeah, this is my non-fiction section. If you watched my TBR video, it should be no surprise that it is majority feminist, and then there are a few celebrity memoirs, Jeanette McCurdy's, Matthew Perry. Also this one really beat up book that is about Ted Bundy that I read when I was way too young. Moving down, this is my TBR shelf. And it's very out of focus. This is my TBR shelf. I just did a whole video on the books in my TBR, so if you want to see me go through these in more detail, you can watch that. I have some book sleeves as well as a spare Kindle cover over here, as well as some bookmarks. I don't want to stand up just yet, so we'll do the bottom 2 shelves here because these 2 are kind of out of whack from the rest of what's on here. This bottom shelf here is all of my cookbooks. I really love baking and I'm getting more into cooking now that I live with my boyfriend because I make our dinners every night. So whenever I go op shopping or whatever, I try and find something that looks interesting in terms of cookbooks. So I have a few like old, more vintagey type ones, as well as some newer, more exciting stuff. Nothing terribly thrilling. Next shelf up is actually kind of interesting. Let me get closer. So this is all my Lorcana stuff. So for those who don't know, Lorcana is a playing card game that's all based around Disney characters. You get cards like this. You play it similar to how you play something like Magic the Gathering or Pokemon or that kind of thing. This is all my cards and like my decks and stuff because I play this with my boyfriend. He makes me play Magic the Gathering, I make him play Lorcana. So the smaller bookshelf here has, other than what I just showed you at the bottom, it is mostly just movies and TV shows. So up the top here, I have a Friends box set, a Harry Potter box set, Twilight box set. I have all 6 seasons of Two Broke Girls, and I have a Hunger Games film collection. This little section here is a huge box set of Disney animated films. It's the first 57 in their classics lineup, so everything from Snow White through to I think Frozen 2 is the most recent one in here. Lots and lots of movies in here, so it actually enabled me to really downsize the amount of DVDs that I was storing because I really want to own them all physically, because I do not foresee myself always having Disney Plus. Right now I'm piggybacking off my parents' Disney Plus account and I just don't think that's gonna last forever. I have these Mickey and Minnie figures that I got for Christmas one year. I have a couple of mugs, a Who's Who Disney character guide, The Little Mermaid complete film script. I really want to read this. And I have this fork that says Dingle Hopper on it. If you know, you know. And that's kind of it, really. There are some movies here that aren't Disney. They're kind of at the end here, so I have some, you know, quality Barbie films. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Narnia, Gremlins, Home Alone. A lot of Christmas movies, and some other random stuff. Titanic is good. I really want to get the Barbie movie. That's kind of on my wish list. But yes, so that's everything there. Moving along, I have this Flounder Squishmallow. He's a remnant from my Little Mermaid collection, but he's so cute, so he can live there. I also have this Yui Wonderboom, which I love playing this thing whenever I'm cleaning in here or organizing stuff or doing crafting. Love it. This giant ass TV. The only reason I have such a big TV is because it used to be the family TV downstairs, but my dad got a new one, so I got to have this as a cast off. I have a Blu-ray player, and then way back here is my Switch 2. Because that's where it fits. I used to have my Switch 1 lying down in this side, but the Switch 2 has a rounded back on the dock, so I can't really do that. So I'm not really sure what to put in that section there. These are drawers, so this one here has a bunch of like boxes and cases and electronic stuff, and then this one here, which is partially blocked by the fan that actually lives in this room, is all my Switch stuff. So my travel case, my game, and I have this light, which is quite cool. Yeah, isn't it cool? Straight opposite the TV, I have my reading chair, which has another Squishmallow. This one's a chicken. Love him. I used to actually collect Squishmallows at one point. I used to be a very collective kind of person. I liked things. I don't really buy things anymore. So a lot of my collections have kind of shrunk down to one thing. But this is a chair that I got secondhand. It's really comfy to sit in. I have this giant blanket on it now that used to be on my bed. And this one back here that I actually made. Got my knitting stuff here because I'm an old lady. Down here I have some photo albums and a filing thing. Back on the other side of this table, I've got my toolbox and my sewing kit because, again, I'm an old lady. This is my desk. This is my chair. I really love this blanket, and I love that the desk chair has white legs because I think it helps it kind of feel a bit more invisible. My phone is currently there on a little stand. Desk fan, lamp, diffuser, basic stuff. Headphones, cat headphones because I'm cool. I've got some random kind of art here. This one that I bought, this one that used to be in my nana's house. I really like this one. It makes me feel very nostalgic. This one about my zodiac. And then I have a picture that my boyfriend made me and my Disney pin collection. And that's kind of it. I mean, there's this wardrobe here which has a bunch of stuff inside it. But yeah, that's kind of the whole room. It's not a very big room. I've got a lot of things in it, and I have far less books than I used to. That's the tour. Hope you enjoyed it. So that was my office. I hope you enjoyed seeing it and, you know, getting a bit of a glimpse into how I live my life here. I spend not as much time as I should in this room. I've developed a bit of a bad habit of bringing my laptop into my bedroom. I really need to stop doing that because I think it's important to separate your working space from your sleeping space. Obviously sometimes you don't have that choice and that's fine. I do find that mentally I do better when my sleeping space is kind of just for sleeping. I'm really fortunate to be able to have a room like this. My boyfriend and I are looking at moving next year after I've finished uni, and I won't be able to have a room like this there. My desk is probably going to end up in the living space. I kind of wanted to make a little time capsule of what this room looked like and how I was able to use it while I had it. But yeah, let me know what your setup is like in the comments down below. Do you even have a bookshelf? I think that's a valid question these days. Like, not everyone does. Owning a whole bunch of books is not necessarily normal. But yeah, I have a few little knickknacks around the place that make it feel more me and cozy, and I really like it in here. I hope you like it in here. But that's all for me today. I hope I see you guys next time in my next video. Please like and subscribe to see more of my content. Really helps out the channel, and click that bell if you want to be notified when my next video comes out. They should be coming out weekly now, and I'll see you all next time in my next video. Bye.